What's up, YouTube? This is like my third time trying to make this stupid video. I'm not like it's not destined to complete it, I guess. Keep screwing up, but this I found yesterday. This is from Jada. It's from the Metals collection or whatever, the Hollywood Metals. I can't believe they put this in that series. It's not a Hollywood car. It's not from anything Hollywood, not from a Hollywood TV show, not from a Hollywood movie, but hey, I'll take it. It is the 1 to 32nd scale Toyota AE86 Corolla Trueno from Initial D. I love this car. Oh, I was so stoked when I saw it sitting there on the shelf. I would like more of these. If any of you can find me one, I would like to have between 5 and 10. One loose, or even if I could just get a couple more to keep in the package. So if any of you find this, also if you find that gold one from the 1 to 55 scale, I need that one as well. So please let me know. But yeah, I was super happy to find it. This thing is sick. Lens headlights and taillights, which, you know, you should expect that from this scale. Nice soft rubber tires. Those tires are a lot softer than I would have suspected. So really cool little Toyota, and that'll go very nicely with my Supra, the Paul Walker Supra. Very seldom do I buy one to anything larger than 64, but with Toyota stuff, you know, I'm an enthusiast, so of course I will. I did find this 1948 Ford tractor today to go with the 1982 Ford tractor. One of the many things I love about Greenlight is that you can get a setup like this and put it on a gooseneck trailer and pull it with a big old diesel. In this case, the Cummins. No other brand gives you that kind of setup. Actually, I take that back. There's one other brand that gives you this kind of setup. Can any of you name it? Well, Ertl is kind of part of it, but SpecCast. But it's not at the same level as Greenlight. Look at the hitch on this. Come on. This is a play toy. These are collectibles. Okay. I don't know if any of you have seen any of my recent videos, but the river is in. The river is in. In fact, we have people that are enjoying the river, canoeing on down. Not only did I get the river in, but I got the ripples. The ripples are done. The ripples are done, man. So to do the ripples, I just used Mod Podge gloss. No sense in paying $16 for Woodland Scenics water ripples when they're going to give you probably the same result at 3 times the price. So this is... I've got a really nice glare on it right now, so I can show you guys all the ripple detail. And you can see some spots where it got missed or it's just a lot smoother. If you go back before I did the ripples, it looked like a sheet of glass. You could see all the way down to the bottom. It looked really cool, but it also looked unrealistic. So with the glare, I'll show you guys the ripple detail. And all I did was paint. I just used a paintbrush. And so there is actually a method that you want to try to use. Waves, you want to try to show it flowing in some kind of manner. So I have no idea how this is showing up on camera, but it's not just painting glue on the resin. There's a lot more to it. You gotta you got to stipple the brush, and you have to do it in little patterns. Little patterns that try to emulate the ripple effect. So you definitely want to stipple the brush. So you got to stipple for the ripple. It's not the best I've seen by any means. Some people are amazing at this, but this is my first time ever doing this. So with that being the case, I feel like I did get a pretty good result. So that is my river. I do need to dry brush some white in some spots to try to get some foam or some white cap. It did creep a little bit on the vertical surfaces. Not going to worry too much about that though. I don't think it's excessive. But here's the shoreline over here. There's the ramp. It's kind of trippy, huh? More shoreline over here. There's really just nothing you can do to avoid that. And then this shoreline on the other side, I've not really taken a close look at it because it's really hard for me to get a good angle of this. But the water self-levels, or the resin, it finds its own level. And so I feel like overall it did a good job. This stuff was super easy to work with. I would strongly recommend that stuff to anybody that wants to make a river or a lake. Gotta be careful though, like with this rock here, I left the top of it uncovered, because if you put the resin on top of that, it's gonna be a shiny rock. It's gonna be a wet rock like these. Or these. So anyways, I don't know. I guess if I were to grade this, if I were to score this river on a scale of 1 to 100, I'd probably give it a solid 70, maybe a 75. I feel like it's pretty good. I didn't use any pigment, which because it's not that deep, I don't think I really needed to. Also because of the Mod Podge, because when you put the Mod Podge on top for the ripples, the Mod Podge is not nearly as clear as the resin, so it gives it a much more murky look. So, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. I can't wait to get, I've got a lot more detailing to do along this embankment, and then I've just got to add the trees, and then I'm pretty much done. I have to clean this spot off the road over here. That's what happens when you have kids. You get SpaghettiOs on your artwork. But that's alright. That's a small price to pay to have two awesome little munchkins. Alright. Let's look at some die cast. At very much random, we're going to start with this Greenlight Boogie Van. This is from Hobby Shop series. I don't remember what series. Very cool little GMC Vandura. The coolest thing about this GMC van from Greenlight is that number. So it's the lowest number I have. I also have a 7 on a 1968 and a half Plymouth Roadrunner. Those are the only two below 10. And then I've got a couple in the teens. Not that it matters. I don't collect numbers. But this is a pretty awesome little van. I dig it. What else did I get? What else did I bring out for the video here? Just so random. All this stuff is so random. Ford Bronco from Hot Pursuit. Glen Alpine Police. This is a licensed deco. Love this casting. Especially with a really cool deco like this. We'll just park the truck there and let's head into the water. Very cool. Man, this stuff is so fun. It's so fun making this stuff, you guys. If you guys have the itch to try to make something like this, you definitely should. I know the initial cost of investment can be high because you have to buy all the supplies. But with the supplies, a little tiny bit of them go a long way. So once you make that first purchase and you buy the grout and all the grasses and bushes and everything, you know, if you make a $60 to $80 initial investment, you can make probably 5 or 6 layouts with that. But the one thing that you absolutely need to have, in my opinion, is static grass. So I would definitely make that investment into your static grass applicator. I found my applicator for $40. It works just fine. Some people try to get 80. Some people try to get 100, 120. But if you can just find a cheap one. Now, I did get one with an enclosed hopper, and I would recommend that, but you don't even have to do that. All right, what do we got next? AMC Javelin. That thing is bitchin'. Greenlight crushes it when they want to. You guys have any idea how good my dinner was tonight? It's Taco Tuesday. Do you guys have Cafe Rio local to you? If you do, you should try it. Those sweet pork tacos are amazing. Taco Tuesday, $2 tacos, and they are gourmet. Homemade tortillas, absolutely delicious. AMC Javelin. How about this? Here's one you're not going to see every day. Greenlight Ford Fusion. That is a very highly detailed casting. Lens, headlights, and taillights, side view mirrors, rubber tires with tread. I'm not 100% sure if these are prototypical wheels. But everything else about the car looks pretty good. It's not perfect. It's definitely not Kyosho quality, as we're going to see in a minute. Well, actually, you can see it right now. Look at the blue car, the Greenlight Ford Fusion. Now I'm going to focus the car behind it. And look at that one. Big difference. What kind of car is that? It is coming up. I'm going to show it soon, and I have some interesting news that you all might want to hear about that car. If you like that car. If you don't like that car, then it won't matter. This thing is awesome. How about that? The Golf Volkswagen. Pretty sweet. I kind of wish they had done this with the split window, but still a really cool little piece. I like it. I've been wanting to take a look at these wheels. I can never see which wheels these are. Yeah, those are awesome. These tires are like it's like the softest rubber I've ever seen from Greenlight. So sticky. That's a cool car. Needs lens headlights and taillights though. The last Greenlight car, in my opinion, this is the most underappreciated Greenlight car they've ever produced. This thing is so awesome and nobody even cares. You can own this for under $10. There's so much detail in this casting. So let's start with this side. You have a rusted, weathered rocker panel. It works its way up the side of the car, or the van. You have prototypical Volkswagen OEM steel wheels. You have your detailed indicators, painted door handle, painted side view mirrors. All of the weather stripping around all the glass is detailed. You've got the little leather straps that are holding the luggage rack to the top. How freaking cool is that? On the front, you get a full-size rubber spare with the previously mentioned prototypical Volkswagen OEM steely wheel, transparent lens headlights. You've got the Peace bumper sticker in the windshield. Passenger side is the same as the driver's side. A fairly highly detailed interior in this van. By the way, this is a Volkswagen Type 2. On the back, you've got all these bumper stickers that are representative of Kevin Costner's character and his wife. Like McGovern is one of the political representatives that they support. You've got the license plate. See if I can focus it, because so the little green bumper sticker says Peace. I can't read what those other ones say. But then you have the little Iowa sticker there. This thing is awesome, you guys. I can't believe this doesn't sell for more money than... I mean, this is probably the most awesome... It's definitely the most awesome Type 2 van, or Volkswagen van, that Greenlight has put out. To me, there's not another one that's even close to it. I do like the... I like the Volkswagen Type 2 van from the Lost film reel. That would be my second favorite. This is by far my favorite. I love this van. You can get the green machine of this for like under $30. And it's a green body. Ridiculous. This thing just has no love. And considering how awesome it is, it's kind of a shame. All collectors should have that. Okay, now we get on to the good stuff. The good stuff. As I mentioned when I had the Ford Fusion up, this is a Kyosho. And it's an Audi A5. As you can see, it's a beautiful car. It's very nicely executed, very well replicated. Everything about it is proper. The lines, the proportions, the stance, The wheels, spot on. Lens headlights, lens tail lights, side view mirrors. It's just a very realistic replica. If you guys like this car, if you like it, you like the way it looks, and you want to add it to your collection, mine is not available, but the Toy Pimp, when I was at his house the other day, he has this car in silver. So if you're interested in this car, DM him on Instagram at the_toy_pimp. Send him a DM. Tell him that Heavy Metal in one of his videos said that you have a Kyosho Audi A5 in silver for $10 plus shipping. I want to buy it. He only has one left. It's a sick little car. I might actually buy it next time I'm over there if he still has it. I like it that much. Nice roller too. All right. Not such a good roller, but a great looker, also from Kyosho. The Mercedes C-Class. Toy Pimp did not have this. He did have a convertible Mercedes, though, but it wasn't in mint condition. That's sick right there. What other white cars do we got? How about a Konami Toyota Crown? Two-door. Transparent lensed headlights, taillights, rubber tires with tread, prototypical wheels, sprung suspension, wood grain steering wheel. This thing is awesome. Champion DJK, you passed on this car on Saturday for $10. I bet right now as you're watching this, you're like, man, I probably should have grabbed that. Because it's a sweet little car. Another one that you passed on that you definitely shouldn't have, in my opinion. That's easy for me to say because it's not my money. But that 1976 Toyota Celica GT that he has in silver is ridiculous. It's like possibly the nicest Konami casting ever made. I should have sent you more pictures of it. But you did get the first gen Celica, which is also a really cool little casting. Hopefully your box shows up tomorrow. But yeah, Konami, Toyota Crown. On to the next. Let's get the junk out of the way here. Not that the car is junk, just the casting. It's a really nice Nissan 240Z. 240 Fairlady Z. It's a nice casting with a terrible stance. Waste no more time on that one. Okay, so the last four are possibly the best four. Aoshima Toyota Carina HT in white. Absolutely sick. Aoshima. I love Aoshima diecast. I just don't really care for the style of that Gretchen or whatever it is, or the Bosuzoku. It's just not my thing. But man, they do an amazing job replicating them. But when it's subtle, when the customization of the car is subtle, like on this one, I love it. It's a brand I'm going to start looking at a little closer, I think. They have an SUV coming out, too, that I'm going to grab. The Toy Pimp is grabbing them. He's going to Japan in a couple weeks, but it's a Suzuki Jimny. So I'll be getting a couple of those. It's going to be pretty sweet. All right, last three. How about a Kyosho Kenmari Fastback? And boy, these are tough to find these days compared to when I started buying Kyosho 3 years ago. You could find one of these on eBay all day long. $15 plus shipping. I don't know why it is, but Kyosho has just really started to get hard to find. I think it could be because of their production. They haven't made anything lately. I was talking to the Toy Pimp about it. Like, no one really knows what's going on over there, but hang on to your Kyosho because there's just none coming out. So they're only going to get harder and harder to find and more rare, more valuable. Love this Kenmari. Awesome car. And then the last two are just going to be a couple of awesome Toyotas. We have the Konami Toyota Soarer. Cars of the 80s. Kyosho did this car. I need to grab it, but it's an expensive one because it's an old one. Older Toyotas by Kyosho, the Toyota cars that Kyosho made are older. Therefore, they are expensive. And I don't have many of them. I just have a Land Cruiser, an FJ, a Corolla, an Altezza, and an MR2. But all of those are special release cars. The only ones that were released in the Toyota series is the Altezza, which is the Lexus IS250, and or it might be the IS300. I don't remember if it's the 250 or the 300. And then the MR2. Those are the only two that came out in the Toyota series. But they did a Celica, which I have that casting, but the one I have is from the Mechanical Doctor release. Same thing with the Toyota Sports 800 that I have. But this is awesome, though. Konami cars. The cars of the 80s were pretty cool. I've got a few of them. 85 Celica, 89 Celica, the 85 Prelude. I think it's an 87 Mazda Miata. I don't have the Civic Hatch, which I would love to have. I have the Kyosho version of it. I don't have the 300Z. And I think I'm missing a couple more. But the cars of the 80s are much harder to find than the old stuff like this that Konami does. So I don't know why that is. Here's the last car we're going to look at. This car is very, very rapidly becoming one of my favorites. I grabbed it at the Toy Pimp's house. Not the last time that I went over there, but the time before that when I got the Mazda RX-7s. And when I got this, I was like, yeah, it's nice. It's okay. I'll get it. And then as I've gotten it home and had it on display, the more I look at it, the more I'm just like wowed by how detailed it is. This is a Toyota Crown Royal Saloon. And I think the Toy Pimp has some of these left too, but I don't think he has any left with the gold rocker, but he has the other white ones. So if you're interested in this car, you can own it. He is PayPal ready and he's domestic. So you don't have to wait 3 weeks for shipping. But he has this casting, probably a different color. He has this casting in silver. He has this casting in the same color. And I think that's it out of all of these. So, and on that note, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you, everybody, for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave your thoughts and questions below. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you have any ideas or suggestions on this river, on anything you think should be added or changed or modified to make it look better, please let me know. And I will holler at you all at the next video. Have a good hump day. Get your hump on, hey.